Yo, welcome to the Rellcast. It's your host, DJ Rell Life, here with TJ and Kevin. Terry's he's probably using his senior citizen discount to go watch the Avengers.
Wow.
So he's not here.
Wow.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on?
How's y'all week going, man?
Over.
It's over.
It's over? Well, how was y'all week?
It was a blessing. We made it this far, so it's a good thing.
Good, good. What about you, TJ?
You know, good to have Uncle K in the building
Uncle
right
K.
now.
I see Uncle K in a minute, man.
You know?
Yeah, I think I need some old timers to come help you out a little bit.
It's okay. We already need the help. I don't know what tall at. Citizen discount.
Yeah, man. It's cheaper today. You know what I'm saying? It's $10 to get in for senior citizen.
Wow.
Might be $8.
And you may get free popcorn too if he hope he's got his dentures in his mouth.
Oh man!
I'm just saying. Hopefully he has his dentures in his mouth.
But yeah,
So,
we're here at WNRR on air radio. You can still check us out also on Anchor and YouTube and Spotify as well. So what did you guys wanted to get into first?
Oh, the NFL draft just recently just happened.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about that because I'm upset with the Dolphins. They didn't get a quarterback. So
who did they got a D lineman?
D lineman. Yeah, I was at the party last night, and I think after they called who they wanted, I mean, everybody was glad they got, they was able to get the quarterback because they wanted them. When they called that D line, I think half of the stadium walked out.
Wow.
Half of us walked out, and everybody was not happy. They didn't show our face because they was like showing the face to those who had already, Las Vegas. But
yeah.
In Miami, everybody walked out. I was like, oh, we can't believe. And I was like, I can't get rid of my season tickets now.
Yeah. So who did y'all want? Who did the fans want?
Everybody wanted Haskins, the quarterback, because he dropped down.
Wait, what pick did the Dolphins have?
They had 13.
13 pick.
Oh, he went 12.
He went 14 to Redskins. Yeah.
Wow.
And what shocked us is Giants got some dude from.
Hey, don't piss me off with that because I'm a Giants fan.
Giants got a dude from
trash.
Yes. Duke wide receiver, quarterback.
Right. With the sixth pick. With the
9 interceptions in one game.
9 interceptions
in one game.
With the 6th pick, we had the 6th pick.
Yeah, the 6th pick.
Mediocre trash quarterback.
Exactly. Everybody like, who is he? Like, where did he come from? He was surprised.
Yeah, that by far was the surprise in the draft.
Yeah, that was one of the surprises in the draft.
Because
I thought maybe I'm not sold on Haskins, but I thought they probably would have tried to get him.
Well, they wrote down that they're gonna because the number 1 draft pick was the same team, Rosen. So Dolphins may go after Rosen. That's what they say.
You talking about the pick from Arizona last year?
Yeah, exactly. So Arizona, they're looking at the Rosen. They can get him for chump change now because they're desperate. So they may give a 5th round draft pick for this year or next year.
Yeah, I'm disappointed because the Giants, yes, you need someone for Eli, because Eli is on his way out, but we need an offensive line. I don't care who the quarterback is. We need an offensive line.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Everybody was saying
because it's not on Eli's fault.
No, but they don't want to outshine Eli at this time because you have practice and you have people trying to jock his position. If someone come out shine on Eli, what are they going to tell you? Eli's not a good quarterback anymore.
They're saying that now.
They did exactly. So they're doing damage control to get a mediocre guy. Because they keep saying, "Oh, he can follow his footsteps." No, the problem is they want somebody to start right now. This guy's not ready to start right now.
Yeah, I would prefer that we got an offensive line.
Yeah. Because
if you give Eli, if you give any quarterback an offensive line a time to throw the ball, they can do something with it.
Yeah.
That's been, and we still have Barkley as a running back.
Well, I just think, like you said, everybody needs an offensive line, but the Dolphins need a quarterback. But I think they threw this season away. Me personally,
need Jesus.
They do this. So they need Jesus and need to remove. I don't want to say they need that plaque from the out because they don't want nobody black leading their team too much. To me personally, so that's why they didn't really go after that. They said they want to get Tua from for the team for next year. He's going to go to draft next year from
UCF.
No, number 2 is his name. Is he from who played last year in the championship last year?
You talking about from Clemson or the dude from Alabama?
Alabama, the dude from Alabama.
That's what they want.
They want him next year because they think he's a better quarterback. They didn't like the quarterbacks this year. So they said it was going to get Haskins, but
So basically what they said, they throwing away their season. They going to throw away this season.
That's what they're doing basically because you don't have no quarter. You got Fitzpatrick, really? Fitzpatrick?
Trash.
He got big. He looked like he had a couple of hamburgers not too long ago before he got bigger now.
Dolphins need to get rid of their whole GM. Whoever.
But they got rid of their GM and got another guy. The other guy came in, but he didn't change anything. All he changed was hire mostly a lot of black coaches.
Right.
Which, nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying I don't know what's going on with the Dolphin organization. They don't never do right by the fans, me personally.
So as a season ticket holder, do you sell your tickets or you just continue going to the games?
No, what it is, because last year I got them because my daughter last year of school, so I figured let's go to the Dolphins. So I didn't know she was going to go this year, so I said, I go by myself just to have something to do besides. So yeah, I'm still going to go support them because you just go like to see other people play besides the person you don't like. Who goes to a game, you just don't go because of the person you don't like. We had to go through Tannehill years for how many years? 4 or 5 years, and we still. The good thing, everybody born at the same time, so we get along to that part. But I think now everyone wants to see how the new quarterback or the new coach do. So with New England Tides, everybody want to see how he does anyway.
Right.
So
we'll see. Dolphins to me, trash. I've never been a Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
So until they realize that you have to have a quarterback and a running back, and stop just selecting defense, then
that's what you're saying. You had the right point when he said they're going after defense. The Dolphins always had a good defense after Marino. They never had a good quarterback, never a good offense. Ricky Williams ran him to death.
Yeah. So
that's the Dolphins' MO. So
you have to not to spend too much time on Dolphins.
Yes,
but John Elway learned it. The Broncos figured it out. He was great, but they didn't win anything until they got to Rell Davis.
Yeah, that's you need
Aikman had Emmitt Smith, so you have to have a balanced attack. You can't just have a quarterback. Or you can't just have a good defense. You have to have all the elements that it makes to have a championship team.
Well, I don't know your age, y'all into sports like y'all are. I know y'all are. Barry Sanders, right? But Barry Sanders left millions of dollars on the table. He said, "Hey, next year y'all in the draft need to get an offensive line." They didn't do that. Barry retired early. Yeah. Because Barry said, "You're not gonna kill me like that." Yeah. So that's the thing about, your heart is in the game, but if you don't realize, hey, I ain't gonna get what y'all need, I'm gonna leave. That's what Barry did. So Barry wasn't having it.
Smart man.
So, that's the reason why he was
Barry told him. Barry at the beginning of the year, they paid Barry Sanders $20 million signing bonus and some like $52 million for so many years. And before he retired, he said, "Hey, y'all need to get an offensive line because I'm tired of doing all the running and all that." They got a guy on, I think a defensive player. He said, "Okay, that's it." That dude retired the next day. They had to go to court to get his money back. And he was like, and he ended up winning. So yeah, that's how Barry left. Barry didn't leave because he was broke down, and he left because they was not giving him no support.
Wow.
So shout out to Barry Sanders. But let's get off the sports a little bit. Let's get into you guys familiar with the Broward County deputy that assaulted the black teen?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you guys feel about that? Like, you guys seen the video?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Okay. So what do you guys think about that situation? Because it seems to happen a lot.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, and in my knowledge of going to the police academy, police academy, we are prior to get trained to not to not get nothing escalated, how to deal with public and so forth. I always tell people I wanted to see the aspects of being a police officer, so I had the opportunity and the knowledge that they'll learn. But it's the individual. It's not the police department. It's not the badge. It's the individual that do stuff that gets, you're in a hostile situation, but this kid was not a hostile situation. Mm-hmm. He said he was picking up his friend's phone. He backed up. You see his hands are down. He's not upset. He just said, "Hey, I'm getting this guy's phone," and he sprays him with mace and then slams him on the ground.
And he just overdid his head, his head in the ground.
Yeah, and then he was punching him some more. I was like, really? So my take on that is it's a sad situation. And DL usually said it best. The difference from back in the day and now is back in the day, they did it and you didn't see anything about it because it wasn't social media. But now they're telling you got social media and we still get beat down and they still get away with it.
Yeah.
So what do we do about that? Even what's the solution to that? Being that it's on social media, it's visible to everybody. What is the solution to that?
the solution, I feel, and I don't want to overtalk everyone. I feel that the problem is that we can protest and protest, but like you said, I think years ago, my pastor, we did blackout.
Yeah.
They did not buy anything with black people, just basically bought in the black community.
Yeah.
And we strayed away from that. If we need to do a boycott and do it right as a unit.
But how does that help?
It helps because you're showing our dollars matters. And we go vote people in office that we need to get into office. You can't just say, okay, like the new chief of police of the sheriff of Broward. Sometimes you say you're a part of us, but you're not a part of us.
Mm-hmm. So TJ, how does that how does that what Kev just said, how does that help with a situation like this? Because you can stop supporting their dollars, but that's, to me, that's not going to stop these cops beating up black kids or black people. How does that resonate with this?
Well, like I say, it's well, you have certain, like you said, it's an individual. You can't like blame the agency, but fortunately that you're part of the agency when you get the job and you represent the agency. So how did the disciplinary, how they discipline these deputies really plays a part in it. They have to go back to training that we had to do. We had to go back to training. Mm-hmm. We had to go back to training and how you respond to the general population. Meaning that we have certain sayings, like the best deputies make deputies who's worked inside the jail and then goes into the road because they know how to communicate and talk to people. Now, me, I don't care. Most white deputies don't know how to talk to black people. Black men, like I always say, black men can come off very strong or hostile because they tone how they talk. Mm-hmm. So a white person can, like, okay, well, I'm going to tell this person what you're doing or, whatever. They might confront him or whatever. But how the black person respond to the white cop or whatever, they might take it the wrong way. So now that comes to, it's very, very aggressive. How do I know that? Because it's from experience. I'm talking to a lot of black men who's in jail and versus white deputies that comes and confront them or talk to them. They don't know how to talk to people. And that's the number one thing. We have this thing now. I don't know if you went through it, but it's like ethics. Ethics and how you talk to people and how you approach people and how they respond to you.
Well, yeah, I think automatically for not all, but a lot of white people in general, not all, but a lot of white people in general are afraid of black men or just black people in general, and they don't know how to approach us. So instantly, they come back aggressively, whether it's their tone, whether it's violence, because they don't know how to. A lot of them already assume that because we're black, that we're gonna start something, we're gonna talk to them a certain way. So I got to get aggressive with them immediately. So that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're getting aggressive, and like I said, now let's flip it. Now you got some black people who don't have the respect for authority. They don't care. You have some who didn't grow up the right way. That have a mother or father in the home, or father in the home, basically, and don't know how to respond to authority. So automatically, when you tell them something, they don't know how to act. They just still be playful, or they just straight disrespectful.
You got some people who do have both of their parents at home, and they just like you said earlier, it's the individual. Like it works both ways. It's the cop has to understand who he's dealing with, no matter if they're black, white, if they have special needs. They have to realize, they have to really train and learn these different individuals, and then the individuals have to off rip just have respect for the law, because it's the law. But at the same time, you have your rights. You don't have to put up with any kind of disrespect, but at the same time, you can't hit a cop or be disrespectful to a cop. You can't do these kind of things and then yell out police brutality. But this kid here,
no, he didn't.
This kid, how old was this kid? 15 years old.
And the sad thing about what you were saying about training and so forth, it's not about the mouth. Sometimes you look at some of these pictures, your mouth didn't even get a chance to open up. That young man didn't say anything if you look at it. And it's a culture that, okay, I'm afraid of the big black bad wolf.
Yeah.
And that's what they see, because even before I rode with a police officer, the one thing you see, if an officer comes to first thing they grab their gun like this.
Yeah.
That mean they mean, you know, they threaten it from the get go.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I've seen black officers. If you look at it, and I'm not saying it's culture, but most black officers you haven't seen yet beat up on nobody, shot anybody. It happened, but you see nothing to the point as bad as it is now.
Well, because they know how to handle it.
They know how to handle the situation. Yeah. Even in us, they pull over a white person, they're not going to come out first then being nervous. It's just that culture shock that you get. Sometimes you get behind that badge and you thinking you are above the law because of who you are or where you are, you know.
Yeah.
So, because even the incident with the young lady that the police officer tackled her down and basically, you know, knocked her down, she called on the guy, pulled the gun on them. And he, first thing he got on the scene, he was a sergeant. He was a officer with authority. And he said that the woman was going to bake her act because she was upset about it, the person pulling the gun. They questioned her, going, what's wrong with you? You're irate. She's like, you realize I got a gun put in my face? And he took her down with no problem. What we do about that? Because she was the one that called them.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said was, hey, I'm a baker at you because you're acting irate. She said, of course, I just got a gun put in my face. And he slammed it down and boom, 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 locked her up. But they dropped the charges. But he should have known better. You're a training officer. You should be the calmest one in the book.
Yeah.
But he came out, his first thing coming out of his mouth was, you irate. I'm a baker at you. And that's really?
Yeah, that's what you deal with.
So, is it, I don't know if I heard correctly. I'm looking at the story now, but did they put this officer on leave?
They sent him to another. Now he don't leave. He getting checked still. He is reassigned to a different location. So
because usually that's what they do. Usually, if situation like this, they'll put you on administrative leave.
Yeah.
Which you still getting paid.
You get paid because you got the union. They have a strong union.
Yeah.
Strong union.
But it just but like you said, they have a strong union, and you know they're gonna back. Yeah. Officers are going to back other officers up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Period. You have to understand that because me being in the field, I know.
Yeah, you have to. The sad thing about it is, and I'm not telling, you have the officers back them up, but sometimes when they put that gun and badge on, they're going to back you up. But when they go outside that door, they get together. It's like, yo, man, that's crazy, man. They talk like we talk.
Yeah.
Because right now, they know right from wrong. Because like you said, they got mad with President Obama. He said, if I had a son, I'll feel bad about that, which is true.
Yeah.
If I had, like a cop and me, all have feelings. We put that badge on the same way. But if I go home and see my son, like if I had a son, that's bad for my son to have to face that every day.
Right.
So we all human. But like we said, our job dictates what we can say. But when we go home, we go close them doors with our spouses. But that it's bad how they did this young man.
Yeah.
So it is that the cold blue they call it, which is cold, but they still have a heart. They still see how our black children and everything. A lot of people want to be cops because they want that black role model to see, hey, it's okay to be a police officer. And we still have that respect. That's why I really want to do it, because I want to see in the community that we are good people too. But, a kid come to you and say, hey, Mr. Officer, how you doing? That's how you do stuff. That's how you police. That's how they're trying to police stuff now.
Yeah, because as a black officer, it's like you already labeled as a snitch, or you're already labeled as, we
was raised NWA after police.
Yeah, right.
So from 8, 9, 10 years old. Yeah. But when situations like this, it make you continue to think that way. Even though we know that all cops are not bad cops.
No.
But when you see stuff like this, when you see cops getting over, when you seeing cops beating up our black women, when you see these cops killing the men and the kids, it's hard for anybody to trust and believe.
And then the mass murderer, the shooting, the guy they took in the Burger King. You think they took that young kid to Burger King, give him something to eat, or put ice on his face and say, hey, got some ice for you, we apologize? No, they locked the boy up, have him sitting down. Sad part that got me was this kid, whoever his parents are, he sat there like a man and said, you know what, it is what it is. I'm in a situation. I'm going to sit here, his mouth bleeding bloody. And he sat there like, I can't believe it. But he was still shocked. But as I seen something in him that I'm like, so many people couldn't handle the stuff he handled, and he did a good job handling it.
Right.
I mean, the picture you see on there, how he sat there just sitting there while the blood running from his mouth, which was sad. But you didn't see him shed a tear. He just like, it is what it is. Let me get over with it. It's another day. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I got to give him respect for that.
Like I said, I think it's going to be more training. Trust me. The problem is this right here. You know, on jobs, they don't fix nothing until something happens.
Todd, they train. I'm telling you,
They train.
See them Miami.
It's too late for that.
It's not the training part. He's a sergeant. Both of them were detectives / sergeants.
Wow.
They should have been trained more than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they say there was hostile. You know how many kids? Those kids were not going to do nothing to them police officers. I don't think. They were not grown men. Me and your size.
These
were
15
16 years old. Look at them.
You're not going to go against cops.
Look at his hand. This hand is prone. This young kid was not trying to do anything else but to get this over with.
School.
That's all he did.
He lost his temper.
And he didn't lose it. He just like, okay, he lost his temper exactly on a 15-year-old kid. You know how big this guy was? This guy could have knocked this kid out if he wanted to, which he did. But the kid was not going to be resistant. I don't think that kid would have been resistant. I know now that parents tell their young boys, like my son, I tell them when you get pulled over, have your hands on the steering wheel.
Yep.
Make sure all your information is in eye view and say yes sir, no sir, and all that stuff. Now we have to teach our kids something totally different.
Yeah.
That when you get pulled over, that's it. I'm 51. I still tense up when the police officer was to pull me over.
I mean, we all probably will.
You know, because I'm thinking who I'm getting, which officer I'm getting. I don't know which one I'm getting.
Yeah, because you don't know. That's the key. One, like you tell you've been trained. You put your hand on the steering wheel, have your information out. And another thing you do, roll all 4 of the windows down, all 4, and turn the car light on.
Everything.
Turn everything on because what they do is you train. They want to see more. I'm gonna see who in the back seat. They want to see if I'm in danger first.
Right.
So they see that nobody's in the back seat. The light is on. They can see inside, which they're using their flashlight. Then they know they safe. Then they got some type of peace. But it's dark tents, music all loud.
Right.
You know,
And also, everybody, my young brothers, everybody, clean your glove box out. So when you do get pulled over, you can just easily reach for your information. Get them old condoms out of there. Get them old napkins. You know, my ladies, get all your, all your earrings and stuff. Make sure that glove box is clear.
Yeah.
And then when they do ask for your information, you can easily pull it out. If they want to see you pull it out in front of them, hell, tell them to go on in themselves. You go in. If that's the case. But
I had years ago, I got pulled over by a police officer in Broward, and I was scared when I got pulled because I had a gun at the time, but I had a gun license, and I had it in the glove compartment. And the officer pulled me over, and I'm like, oh man, this is not going to turn out good. When he got to the window, the first thing I told him was, sir, I have my gun license and I have a gun in the glove compartment. Let me tell you, it went so smooth. This guy was clear-headed, nice guy. He said, go in the car, get your gun, take the bullets out. Everything he asked me to do. By the time we left that scene, he didn't give me no ticket. He said, you know what? It was the easiest stuff I ever did in my life. Now, I was an African-American. He was a white officer. Now, he came to the thing. He could have been, hey, get down on the ground. He didn't. I was calm. He was calm. Right. So there are those out there. We can always say the skin, whatever. It's the individual, because you can have a bad black officer and you can have a white officer. It doesn't matter. It's just how you handle the situation. And that's why I say most of the cops you saw, they probably in their life they was always mean, but they could camera caught them this time.
Yeah.
So I don't never say, hey, the police department that it's the bad apples that are in the police department.
Most of the guys they were pricks in school.
Yeah, they were. Check their background.
So now they're a cop. They want to it's payback. That's all it is.
But
let's get into before we get into the next thing, thoughts and prayers go out to this young man and his family, and hopefully they can get this situation
and the police department too, because like I said, they it's a culture shock, and it's like no one wants to be on TV about being a bad agency. It's just not good for anybody.
Yeah. So we're going to get into one of your questions. I'm surprised that you actually had questions, because you usually don't have any questions.
Oh, I have questions, sir.
So this is a first. So we're going to get into one of your questions. Is this one here? Is online communication with a male or female considered cheating? And I'm gonna let you answer that first. And be more specific on that. Like, what do you mean?
Like if you married and you communicating with if you're a male, you communicate with a female, and if you're a female, you communicate with a male online. Is that considered cheating?
What do you mean communicating?
Like y'all talking like she all in your DM,
okay,
or he all in your DM. Y'all going back and forth almost like every day or once in a while.
So do you consider that cheating?
Well, if your wife don't know about it and y'all secretly doing that, then I think that's a red flag in my eyes.
Okay. What if the conversations are innocent, there's no flirting going on, what if it's just regular conversations that's going on? There's no one's coming on to each other. There's no, hey, meet me in room 112. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
Simple, friendly conversation.
And it's happening all the time? Like, y'all talking all the time?
I won't say all the time.
But it's like, okay.
Sporadically, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, how you doing? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I don't think so. I think as long as your wife knows about it.
So if your wife know about it, it's fine.
Yeah, but she just, what if, your girl had this dude like, hey, Tyrone or whoever, he keep, I know you ain't checking your girl phone like that.
I will hope not, but
you taking your girl phone, but he's no, damn, this dude he hit my girl up again.
Right.
Like, oh, how you doing? How your day? How was work? Whatever.
So if your girl, okay, what if you're single? What if you're not married? And you had these conversations with, the opposite sex. Would you consider that cheating?
If you in a relationship.
You're in a relationship, yeah.
How serious is a relationship? You
just a relationship. You're not married.
So you say, okay, I have classmates, I have friends in school that I've been friends in school for 20, 30 years.
Right.
I have a friend that I'm dating, and all of a sudden my friend from Facebook, and we're friends, say, hey, girl, how you doing? I'm cool.
Yeah.
Every now and then you check on each other, because everybody have friends from high school.
Okay.
That don't mean y'all dating. That mean y'all were friends in high school. So would you all hang out this weekend? Because you can have friends you hang out on the weekend that y'all was friends before you got married.
Okay.
And you got married now. That shouldn't stop you from having friendship.
Okay. True. I agree with that.
That should not stop you from having friendship.
But in some relationships, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
You got to see where you are matured in it. Because if you cannot be mature about it, I mean, anybody walking down the street and somebody say, hey, mister, how you doing? Rub against you. Your woman like, why you rubbing on you like that? That means that's an insecurity somewhere down that street.
Okay.
Right. So you got to have an open mind and say, look, I know I'm going to have a friend or you have a friend, because we realize when we married. But whatever about my surroundings are in, you marry my surroundings. So if I was out hanging out with my homeboys all the time, then you know I'm hanging out with my homeboys all the time. You got to trust that part of my life.
Yeah, it's I'm going to tell you, this social media, when it comes to dating,
yeah.
Like if let's say you've been out the game for a long time.
Right.
The game meaning the dating game.
Right.
And you get back in.
That's just going to screw you up.
Yeah, because it's so many, dealing with a relationship is already enough in itself.
Yeah.
Add in social media on top of that, it makes it 10 times harder, because now it's all these rules. It's like, okay, like the question, some people would consider it cheating. But then if you like a picture, that could be a problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. What you like about that picture? You're gonna hear that. I just like the way the shoes look or the shirt look. It's too tight on them. I'm like,
you can't say she's a nice looking girl.
No, you can't say.
You can't put a heart emoji on there. You can't. It could be a problem if you like it. You may actually, that may be like we said, a homegirl from high school.
Right.
You may actually like the damn picture, but whoever you with may have a problem with it.
Yeah. Why you like them too much? You like.
There you go.
Liking them.
Why
social media is
why you like that picture?
Yeah.
Why she always commenting?
Yeah,
that's the thing too. Why she see you putting in a picture, but you put like a selfie. Well, you don't do selfies, but if you take like a little picture,
self portraits,
you take a picture, and every picture you take by yourself, she commenting, but it's a picture with you and your girl, and she's not doing no comments, but she commenting on you.
Yeah,
female who digs deep that like that, they need to be detectives. But that's
because you know what, believe it or not,
you think they dig?
Even if you say your spouse or your girlfriend's on your social page, right, and then if you block them, and no disrespect, I said block them, they can still see who you're talking with anyway. They can check your media and see who you've been with. So that there, I don't even worry about that anymore. I'm like, I don't have my wife as my friend. I hate to say it because I do poetry, I do everything on my social media. Mm-hmm. She can still go look at it, which I have no problem with it. And I'm not doing anything in a negative way.
But that's the thing right there too. I feel like that's a setup anyway.
Yeah.
For you to any relationship, like for example, Instagram.
Right.
You can go on there, which I don't understand, which I don't do.
Right.
You can go on there and see who your friends like. Why do I care what pictures you like?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't care.
If you're with someone insecure, they're going to look on there and see what you like. And then they added a feature not that long ago to let you know how long a person's been on Instagram.
Yeah.
Why do you care?
Because
what's going to come up? Oh, you get on Instagram all day.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That can put a down on your relationship.
Yeah, me personally, I have a problem with that. I just like, you my friend, you're my friend. If not, we can unfriend me and call it a day and move on. I mean, you get up the next day, you're going to have to say, did I do something wrong? That's on you.
Right. It boils down to this. Like, all my ladies listening here. you have to have trust in your significant other.
Yeah.
So, we all have friends.
Yeah.
So, I always say you without trust in a relationship, you have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So,
right.
So if you don't trust your male or your man or your female that they're gonna handle that situation how they supposed to, y'all don't need to be together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Y'all don't need to be together because you're insecure.
Right.
Now, like we said, it's hard because how would y'all feel if your woman was just talking to a guy? Like we got to be, keep it a buck. A lot of us not gonna be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I ain't be able to deal with that.
I don't think a lot of us
because if it's like constantly like that, constantly going like that, now I see something like y'all that cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not gonna be happy with that.
Man, like I said, you got to draw. You got at a personal. You got to draw the line. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you're being real with yourself, draw the line.
Yeah.
If you can't draw the line, then there's a problem in the relationship. Just break it off and say, hey, I want to be the person I am. I want to have so many friends. I don't want to have you as a serious relationship.
Yeah.
That's how you deal with it. If you feel like you're gonna have a problem with it, and you want your main thing is Facebook and social media, and the person you with is just like a extra baggage, then you ain't really in a relationship.
Right.
You're just visiting. You're just there for show.
Yeah, I just feel like you should not let with so many more important things in the world to worry about. You should not let social media dictate or ruin your relationship. Now, if that person is in the DMs and they're flirting and they're setting something up to do something wrong, they're doing something they're not supposed to do, then all means you have a right to be upset. Anybody will be upset.
Anybody be upset.
But like we said, we have friends 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And sometimes those friends honestly be like, hey, you guys have a night. They'll comment on your relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They'll comment on your son or your kids or whatever. They'll comment on whatever you're doing. I like what you're doing.
Right.
And sometimes they don't want to be public.
Right.
Sometimes they'll send a DM or whatever to you saying, for whatever reason, some people don't want to comment, so they won't start no problem. Right. They don't know your situation.
Yeah, because they do have apps that you can comment on somebody without nobody else seeing your apps.
Yeah.
And Messenger or whatever they call it.
Right. So,
but the thing is, like I say, if you feel like with just something like you said, the individual, you ain't trying to do a relationship. Because like you said, if you with that person 24/7, how you going to sneak out into a relationship without somebody saying, hey, what's going on?
Right.
So, it's up to the individual, bro. Like everything else in life is up to the individual.
Right.
Yeah, but on YouTube Live and on YouTube, y'all go ahead and leave a comment about that, what y'all think about that. When our next show, y'all can go ahead and call in and, go and tell me y'all thoughts about that.
Yeah, leave your comments on YouTube, on Anchor. You can call in, leave messages. Let us know, is it considered, give us your honest opinion. Is it considered cheating, if you communicate with someone on social media?
Yeah.
We get to your other question. You came with a lot of questions today, man.
Yeah,
what you had to eat today, man?
Man, I had to study, get ready. What's going on? What we got next?
Let me see what we got here. Is it good to set boundaries in a relationship?
Is it good to set boundaries in a relationship? That's what Uncle K just said about what? Setting these boundaries, knowing, what to do, what not to do.
But what kind of, that's the thing about it. I see people say boundaries. What do you mean boundaries?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, put gas in the car by Monday. Make sure my dinner's hot when I come in the door.
There's so many rules, man.
There's too many rules. You got to realize, don't look at this girl walking across the street. If you're driving, you're going to be like, oh, dang, and then look the other way. What kind of boundaries you want to give an individual? Because believe it or not, it's not going to be your boundaries. It's going to be most of the women's boundaries.
Most of the women's boundaries. So we don't have that many
only boundaries that we have is just be faithful.
Yeah.
That's it. And be respectful. We're not going to have a long list of boundaries. They're going to have, don't like the pictures of another girl. Don't look at a girl. Don't talk to a girl. They're going to have all these different boundaries. So, again, like we said earlier, like you have to trust who you with. And if it gets to a situation where someone gets out of hand, you have to trust in your mate that they'll take care of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? It comes down to trust. But anytime that you set so many boundaries in a relationship, male or female, that person's not going to be there. They're going to leave because they're going to feel like...
Because it's like you're controlling somebody's life. Like, you ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy.
Right, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That's the issue going to be. And that's what goes on in a lot of relationships that we take for granted is the boundaries that you don't know about. Because when you first got there, you had no boundaries. All of a sudden, boundaries starting to pop up. And
men, you talking to you guys too. You can't control a woman. Tell her, what time she should be in and when she should
Yeah,
call you, because you know you got them jerks out there that try to control women too. And
it's across the board. I mean,
Right.
we're gonna keep going. It's the individual, because you may have a person that's low key, be like, girl, you go do what you gotta do. I ain't got time to be on. You got some people like, hey, you ain't called me, got in the door yet. You got the phone thing now. You can see what time I got in the door. So that kind of stuff is, you know, you got to see where your manhood at, where your womanhood at. You know, you got to be good with yourself. If you're not good with yourself, you get on. It's like you're playing a game of, you know, Russian roulette.
Right.
Yeah.
One day you're gonna get mad at this, and one day you're gonna get mad at that. And in between, you be like, dude, it's gonna be like a cancer. I hate to say cancer. That's not a good thing to say. It's gonna be a mess up in your relationship, no matter which way you look at it. Because you like, where these doggone boundaries come from? All
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, what you say? Like, I mean, like you see, you want to have there's certain stuff you just ain't gonna go for in your relationship. You know, I guess you guys sit down and talk about that. Hey, look, I don't, you know, in your past relationships that you experienced, that you in this new relationship, and you learn yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't like this. You know, something like this. You know,
Right.
I can't stand
And
this.
you put that out on the table
in the beginning.
early on,
Yeah.
let them know.
Yeah.
So you know it won't be any surprises later on. Like you put that out in the beginning.
But see, y'all sound like y'all want to do a contract. You know,
No.
Hello,
When you meet
today
some,
is contract number 1,
No,
2,
no.
3, 10. Sign here, so when it comes up, bam, remember that contract? Do what that, you're not supposed to do.
simple. You know what I'm saying? Dialect. Look, this is what I like, and this is what I don't like. Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nothing like, hey, you know, say you're married or whatever, or you in a relationship. Okay, I want an open relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's
Now that's kind of different. I mean,
Yeah,
you come
that's
out
that-
with that word, and I don't think no dude or female will come out and they do something.
Nah,
mentally wrong
they
with them.
will. They
come
will.
out and say,
They
I want
will.
You're not in a relationship then. We are not in a relationship. If I come to you and say, hey man, hey woman, I want an open relationship.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be together then.
It's 2019, man. They ain't doing that kind of stuff.
If they doing that kind of stuff, then you're not in a relationship. Me personally, maybe I'm old school. You're not in a relationship. If I come to you and say to you, if I come to you and you sign off on that, that means we not really together, because it's gonna be one thing. Somebody gonna look better than you in this relationship. You be like, going, you just be open. Remember, we open. I don't like that. Nah, I'm cool with that. If you come out with that, we ain't gonna be together.
Yeah, I don't know about setting boundaries.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, it does sound like it's a
Contract.
It does. I just feel like you just got to know each other,
and
then learn each other, and then
right. If it comes up in the time of y'all dating, you say, hey, I ain't like how that went down.
Right.
Then the person like, okay, I apologize. I do better. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to put out from the get-go, hey, girl, look at this, what's going to happen, A,
Yeah.
B, C, and D, or female, hey, this is what's going to happen, B, C, and D, and all of a sudden, you realize D may be a plethora of things. That may be don't brush your teeth, this or the, I did that today. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know how far them guidelines going to be or what it contains.
right.
Where B clause or C clause, you know what I'm saying?
And you might be by yourself.
And
Like,
exactly.
A lot of women have these boundaries, aka long list,
Yeah.
and
They're
they
still
by
single.
themselves.
They're pretty much still single.